Hi everyone, good morning and happy Easter to those that celebrate it. Happy Passover to those that celebrate it. And if it's not a day you celebrate, then happy day to you and everything. This is the cat that is behind me. I hope that it brings you some joy. I have a lot of fun with it. If you don't know me, my name's Diana. I am a solo artist that uses creativity to talk about mental health. My background is not in visual arts, it's more in performance. I do improv and comedy, but I wanted to share with you daily this quick exercise that I learned in in one of my classes on depression and anxiety, and hopefully it's a tool for you that you can use to kind of navigate some of these crazy times that we're in. It's an unprecedented time when I'm sure there's a lot of changes to daily life and a lot of strong emotions that might pop up. So this is just a quick exercise that you can do now here with me. I do it daily at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can do it daily with me. I always encourage you to do that. Or you can also do it throughout your day. If you want, just grab a piece of paper and a pencil. This is a pen. You can grab anything to draw with and do the same exercise. You can also do it with loved ones if you want, with friends and family. You can also do this with children. So it's just a tool for us to kind of add some language to some big thoughts and feelings we might have and process them, but also be able to articulate them in a way that is non-confrontational and to ourselves or to other people. Because oftentimes with feelings, we don't want to feel certain things, right? It's certain emotions are scary, but that doesn't really take away the fact that they're there. I also find that with this exercise, you can draw solutions in your picture. You can, if you have things that pop out that might necessarily make you take a step back, or you didn't know were there, or might cause some anxiety for you, you can draw circles around it, or protective measures, or solutions. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take a piece of paper, and then you also want to take some coloring utensils. I use crayons, but you can use markers, you can use paints, you can use whatever you want. Sometimes I'll just have this pen or a pen, just a pen, by me, and if something pops up, I'll just quickly do the same exercise. And what I also do at the end of it is thank you for joining me. Hi, Vanessa. What I'll do also at the end is I will write a quick description of the picture so that at the end of this pandemic, which we will all get out of, I know that it seems like it's going, and it is, time is going, but it also is temporary. Even when it feels like it might not be. It's temporary, and we're going to get through this. So at the end, what I usually do is, when I'm done doing my drawing exercise, is I will usually write down a description so that when we get through this, I will have a story of what I was thinking and feeling every single day. So the exercise, you want a piece of paper, and you want some coloring utensils. And then we're just going to quickly check in with ourselves and draw our thoughts and feelings in this current moment as if it were a weather report. So is it sunny in your inner world? Is it, there could be clouds. There could be rain showers and rainbows. There could be a Ferris wheel. You really can draw whatever you want in your weather report. Weather is just a quick guiding tool because if you sit down and say, okay, I'm going to draw what I'm thinking, a lot of times it's too overwhelming to know what to draw. So weather is just like, it's a little thing that pushes you in one direction, but you don't have to stay in weather. You can draw whatever you want. And if you don't know what to draw, that is totally okay too. Oftentimes I don't know what I'm thinking and feeling either. So what I'll do is I will look at whatever color speaks to me, and I'll start with that color. I'll start with orange. And then I put it to the paper, and whatever comes out, comes out. I usually do this for about, I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however long it really takes me to feel that my picture in that moment, my snapshot, is complete. So let's do it together. We're going to take a piece of paper, and we're going to take some coloring utensils, and we're going to either You can do a body scan if you want, if that's safe for you. Some people don't like going into the body, so I say don't do it. Do whatever works in this moment for you. So you can do it on a cerebral way. You can do it however you want to check in with yourself. Check in with yourself. But basically, whatever's happening here and here, we're trying to get onto here. So let's take a minute and say, okay, in this moment, what am I feeling? What am I thinking? Yeah, and let's draw. lost my crayons. Okay, so if you need a couple more minutes, like just definitely take your time. I think I took a little bit more longer than I normally do because I don't know, there was just a lot of different things happening. So yes, take as long as you need to do your weather. You can do this throughout the day. You can do it with colors. You can do it with pens. You can do whatever works for you. So my weather. I looked up in this moment and I saw a bird outside my window. And I have heard the birds a lot lately. There's been so much more chirping than I've ever been aware of. They might have been there this whole time. I don't really know. But I have really, I found them very soothing. And in this moment, even just in this morning, there's been a lot of quote unquote weather. There's been, you know, stories of hope, and there's been stories of problems that I've seen on the news. There's been just different thoughts and feelings within myself too. Feelings are like weather. They do pass. Sometimes they don't feel like they pass, but they do. And you can also have joy sometimes and also have sadness. I mean, they're not mutually exclusive. So I saw the bird and I immediately felt joy. So I drew that bird right here. I drew the bird. For me, the bird is a symbol of hope. It's a symbol of joy and just music. I saw today choir, I've been seeing choirs getting together and putting together music compilations online, even from being at home. I mean, music is a very powerful force in so many people's lives, and I really wanted to draw the bird. So the bird and that music. But within that, I took brown, which I usually never ever take. I've been drawing brown a lot as like a ground in some of my previous pictures. But today I started drawing that ground because the bird is on a wire. But I drew the brown as a ground, but in the ground it's meandering. There's a lot of different paths. There's a lot of intersection, and there's a lot of chaos with these paths. And that is how oftentimes my background is in anxiety, depression, and trauma recovery. And that's how recovery can feel quite often, is meandering. It can feel non-linear. Thoughts and emotions can feel non-linear, or why am I feeling this? I'm not supposed to feel this, but you feel it, so it's okay. It's okay to have a meandering path and to have paths that intersect and don't look how we think or they're supposed to look. So I drew a lot of those paths, and I was having fun, so then I drew even more. And then on top of those, I drew a big sun, and I drew some clouds. These clouds they're not sad clouds. They're like happy, catching, fluffy clouds. They're supportive clouds, I guess. So this is my big sun. This for me kind of had an Easter significance, that the sun does rise, and every day, even if we don't see the sun, it's there. Then I drew rain. So the rain actually is not falling down as we expect rain to fall. My rain is actually going up. It is going up from the songbird, and if you see, it's rainbow. So rain doesn't necessarily always have to be a sad or dark emotion. For me in this picture, it's joy. It symbolizes joy. And then at the bottom, I drew kind of a meandering path of color as well. I think that does have joy to it too, but it's this is a little bit more nebulous for me. It's a little bit more, it's kind of more of a reminder to just walk the path of the colors and walk the path of joy. And I don't know, this bottom half of the picture for me doesn't have the same lightness as the top, and that's okay too. It's just, for me, a gentle reminder that the birds are out, the birds are singing, and even in the times when I don't see the sun, it'll come out and it's there. And yeah, so I hope that everyone has a happy Easter, if that's what you celebrate, or Passover, or just time with your family. And I encourage you, please, to do this with me every day at 11 a.m. or do it on your own, and just take care of your mental health, because these times are, they're pretty unprecedented for many of us, but we do have tools, and we can get through it all together. So this is that cat, if you wanted to just see a cat. Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow, and yeah, bye.